All right. And I think we are live. Are we live, everybody?
It says live on my screen.
Yep, I think we're all ready to go. All right, so welcome everybody to the Rove Hangout. My name is Alesha Drew, and we've got an awesome panel of people that you can see at the bottom of the screen here. And we're here to share with you a few things that we're doing with ourselves online and why we got started online. And also why we're very excited today as we're in the midst of a launch within our community, which is called the Top Producer Formula. Everybody you see on this Hangout today is part of the Empower Network community, and we're here to share with you.
Are we live, everybody?
Okay,
It's
now
live
I've got,
on my screen.
I just have to close that page off so I could hear myself. We're going to be sharing with you a little bit about that today and why it could actually possibly benefit you and within any business model that you're working on today. And I'm just going to throw the income disclosure out there right now. If anybody speaks about numbers or income, we do need to let you know that income is not guaranteed. Our results are not typical, as we are not typical. We are not average. So we do not guarantee any kind of results. So we do want to let you know about our income disclosure with that. So with that being said, I'm just going to let you know a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, my name's Alesha Drew, and I actually got started online a couple of years ago, actually. I'm a professional dancer, and I've grown up my whole life since I was 3 years old as a dancer, and I've been working as a professional dancer probably for about 17 years now. And so, you know, I'm living the dream. I've actually traveled the world. I'm Australian, but I live here in the States. And there came a point in my life where I got injured. And I'd been pretty lucky with injuries my whole life with dance. And I had a show coming up. And I had this massive realization that when I get injured, my income disappears. What am I going to do? And what did I do? I limped through my rehearsals, and I got on the stage, and I did it anyway, with my bandages and my ice, and, you know, I was in a lot of pain, like mentally and physically, and I had no choice. I had to get up there and do the shows, and that gave me a huge realization in my life that, yeah, I was living the dream, but the dream income wasn't there. My dream got bigger. So my partner John Paul and I, we actually searched for something online. We searched for a long time to find something we could do anytime from anywhere in the world, building our own income instead of somebody else's. And then finally we found something. We found the Empower Network, and we found a community of people that were like-minded and wanting to live their dreams and help lift each other up. And so we got started. And, you know, before Empower Network, I'd never done anything with sales or marketing, no experience whatsoever in that area. So I began to learn everything within our products. And, wow, I was amazed at all the things that I was learning online and the people that I was surrounding myself with. And what it does is actually it builds you up within your mind. And the personal development training that we also have, it's pretty phenomenal experience. And you know, we'd be able to build a team and create ourselves some residual income online, working for ourselves whenever we want, building our own economy. So I also still dance professionally. This is something that you can do part-time or you can do it full-time. It's up to you. You may be somebody out there that still has a job, and that's okay. You can do this part-time if you like, you know, or you can do it full-time. It's up to you. So that's pretty much why I got started. You know, we wanted to leverage a system that could actually give us the tools to achieve the dreams in our life that we wanted to live out, the core desire of what we wanted to achieve in the world. And it's just been an amazing ride so far. And right now, we're actually launching a brand new product called the Top Producer Formula. And we have a webinar coming up on Saturday, and it's going to be taught by our founder, David Wood. And he's an extraordinary visionary. He has sold millions and millions of dollars worth of commissions online and helped out thousands and thousands of people. And he will be teaching this webinar on Saturday. So you guys out there have the opportunity to be in the virtual webinar room with us and experience, I think it's about 6 hours worth of training within this webinar. And David Wood is going to be teaching a lot on selling and recruiting. So that's a really major one, because I mean, without selling and recruiting, we don't get paid. You know, that's where it's all about. And I find that there's a lot of people out there in the direct sales company in the network marketing world. They join a deal, but they don't have the education behind how to sell and how to recruit, which is the core of what we're doing here. So he's going to be diving into that. He's also going to be diving into lead capture pages and how to create high converting ones. And he's also going to be going into how to build rapport and relationships with people. So when we say rapport, we're talking about responsiveness. So they're the 3 main things that are going to be covered within the webinar. And it's actually only $7 for this webinar, which is an absolute steal for about 5 to 6 hours worth of training that you're going to receive from David Wood. And you can implement this into any business model, which is the really cool part. So yeah, I'm really excited. So with that being said, I'm going to bring out one of our awesome panelists. I think I'm going to bring out Homer next. If I can, you can unmute yourself and jump on and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're excited today.
All right, guys. I appreciate you being on this call today, and I'm excited to be here. Get to share with you a little bit about you know, kind of what we're launching this week. Real excited. You know, the way I got into the internet business was, you know, kind of I liked the idea of being able to put content out there and, you know, get money coming to you without you having to talk to a bunch of people. I actually started out in the real estate business, and I kind of wanted to teach people how to do real estate, and then I figured out that the internet is like virtual real estate. You can have websites and products and information out there that's continually, you know, bringing you money. Now, like Alesha said, we can't guarantee anything because we don't know how hard you're going to work. But you know, if you actually take the strategies and implement them that we teach, you know, there's no reason why you can't be successful in this business. This new product, Top Producer Formula, you know, I bought it 2 days ago and cracked it open, and all I can say is wow. It's you know, it's got a lot of great information that you can take and apply immediately to start generating results. Now, the reason why I got involved with Empower Network is, you know, basically when I grew up with hardly any money, and we were really, you know, poor, and you know, it was always our dream to go to Hawaii because that's where I was born. But my mom promised us we would actually go when my brother would turn 10, and we didn't actually go until he was 30 years old. Okay, and then a year after that, I moved there for a year, a little over a year, and I actually got to live out my dream. And you know, as soon as I got there and I started living my dream, I was like, you know what? I want to help other people live their dream. So I started searching online for, you know, ways that I could help other people, you know, And you know, I was thinking I was going to help them with real estate, but then I found Empower Network, and I found a whole group of people with a similar vision. Okay, David Wood, his vision is to create 100 millionaires per year, and he's already created 13 since starting the company only 2 years ago. And you know, that really resonated with me that there was that many people all interested in the same vision and the same goal. And when I went to the live event in Charlotte about a month and a half or 2 months ago, it helped me clarify what my mission and what my vision is, and that's to help 1,000 people escape the rat race by 2020. And when I say escape the rat race, that's to do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. You know, live the lifestyle that you want instead of living based in fear that you have to have a job. And Empower Network is a great opportunity for you to come in and plug into a system and start making money, you know, in large amounts of it. There's people, you know, like the Swans, the Unstoppable Family, and people that make $100,000 every month in this business, and there's no reason why you can't either. See, even though we've never met, I believe, just like David Wood, that you have the ability to do whatever it is that you can put your mind to and actually focus on. And the top producer formula will help you do that. You know, it'll help you get clarity. When we talk about module 1, sponsoring and selling. If you're not sponsoring and selling, you're not making any money. So, you know, that's what we teach you how to do. And in module 2, it's all about beliefs. You got to get your beliefs right, because if you don't think you can do it, then you won't do it. So there's like 12 modules, and it's really amazing. You know, you need to just plug in. And again, I appreciate you, Alesha, for having me on this hangout, and I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, awesome stuff, Homer. Yeah, definitely. It's what we've got going on is definitely something that can be used in any business model, and that's why it's so powerful. And with that being said, I'm going to bring out John Paul there in the pink. Take it away.
What you got against my pink?
I like it,
All
especially
right.
the green, the trees in the background. It really pops.
Oh, well, I was like, I had another shirt on earlier. I had a button-up collar and everything, and I was like, I can't. I was just getting too tight up on the neck there. So I had to loosen it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad everybody was able to come together too, especially having Jason out here as well. You know, Jason being a new member for a couple of weeks, it's great to already see, you know, taking action and everything towards your future. That's something that, you know, I applaud 100%. You know, my story about kind of how I got online and why I guess my why behind it was, I guess it goes back many years. It's been a kind of, I almost want to say like a 12-year journey to get me here. I started off being I guess I'm gonna backtrack along, like, you know, I'm 32 well, hell, I'm 33 right now. You know, I'm gonna back up to when I was a kid growing up. I grew up in a small town in Ohio on a farm, and you know, my time, other than going to school, you know, doing our sports and everything, my time was spent pretty much at a farm, you know, bedding down cows, you know, baling hay, taking care of crops, you know, making sure everything that needed to be taken care of was taken care of. And that all came first. But, you know, I had a childhood that was very closed off, as far as from some, not really from, closed off in a way of technology, so to speak. I was like the middle child in the house that had always was on, like, when I remember our first computer we got, and it was almost like this taboo thing that we had. Like, this thing was, don't push the wrong button or the thing's gonna smoke and blow up. And you know, I remember my dad was, well, my stepfather at the time was just very closed off as far as towards the ways of like what was happening online. And then I look back as far as like the old bulletin board messaging systems and just the way that everything's evolved, you know, many years later. But I fast forward a few years after my childhood, and my mom and dad were going through the divorce stuff and dealing with their own problems because we had lost a farm. The farm was kind of going the wayside. Everything was getting sold off within the family. Um, they were having their problems as adults, and as a kid, I didn't really even care to deal with it. All I knew was parents are arguing, and I don't want to listen to it. So I said, "The hell with this," and I joined the Navy. I remember coming home one day and said, "Guys, I'll be leaving in a week and a half," and that was it. I got a letter from a congressman so that I could go into the military early, and that was it. 2 weeks later, I was gone. Graduated high school early just so I could leave, and I did 3.5 years in the Navy. I did everything that I needed to do there. Served my time with that. And then I got out right before September 11th happened. And when that happened, though, part of the reason why I stayed out was because I was told I was having a child. Well, when I went to tell my mother that I was having a child, and this one's going to get kind of personal here, but when I went to tell my mom I was having a kid, I pretty much got kicked out of a house, and pretty much was homeless from my own family. The people that said that they would be there to support you through anything, well, that wasn't really a support system there. So I remember being homeless for about it was quick. It was only about 3 weeks, but I had to do some things that I wasn't proud of, and where to rest my head, but I never looked back. And so after that point, I said, well, what can I do? And obviously I had picked up a job, and I'd secured a job as a welder, because I had welded growing up on the farm as well a little bit, and I had some skills with that. So I was an aluminum welder. So I welded aluminum dump trucks. So when you're driving down the road and you see the dump trucks, in the garbage haulers and everything, well, I was one of the guys that was helping to build those. And it's not the cleanest job in the world. You're breathing a lot of aluminum dust. Look at your MacBook and light that thing on fire. That's probably the kind of smoke that we were breathing in. That was what we had to deal with. And I did that for about 6 years. I was really good at it, but the whole time while I was doing that, during that time, I put myself through college. Well, at that point, everything that I was learning in college was just putting me further and further into debt. Now my college is almost paid off all the way. I've got a few grand left to pay off on it, but it never really turned around and actually benefited my actual day-to-day life that I was actually, as far as earning income. As I was going through it, and even after I graduated, I didn't do anything with it. And that was my own fault. I didn't apply everything that I'd learned, and I just racked up a whole heap of debt. Well, so after I had graduated college, and I'm still welding, I kind of did what Homer was talking about, as I went towards the real estate industry. I was like, well, I always wanted to buy and sell houses, and I wanted to do the whole fix and flip stuff. You see the A&E shows and flip this house, and you see all those things on TV, and you look around, and in the environment you're at. I remember being in Ohio. There was houses that were foreclosed on. You could buy for $11,000, fix and flip, and put 20 grand into them, turn back around and sell them for over 100. So these were not a bad gig at all. And the whole time I was learning how to do some of that, I thought, well, crap, I'm basically buying myself another job. And the whole time I was thinking that, I was like, well, I'm actually buying myself a job. I went and got my real estate license, became a realtor later on in Las Vegas a few years later. I just realized that I went and spent all this money to have to work 4 times as hard on something that I'm going to never get out of. If I get sick, I don't get paid. I can never turn around and hire somebody else to actually fill my position in any way. So I wasn't really an independent contractor. It was pretty much all or nothing, all on my shoulders. And it was all me. There was no type of residual plan on any of that. There was definitely no getting paid while you sleep. That wasn't it. It was just I realized it was going to be a whole bunch of putting strangers I don't know in my car, driving them around to see houses that they're just going to complain about. It was going to end up making me miserable as far as having to spend 40 to 80 hours working with people that who knows if they're actually going to buy on something. And I said, well, shit, there's got to be something that's better than this out there. And at that time, I had ran into I was just on Facebook of all places, and I had saw one of my real estate friends that I had, Barbara. She was friends with a gentleman named Peter. Well, Peter happened to say, "Hey, I've got, this is what I've got going on." He put up a Facebook message about how he was setting at the I think he was at the Diamond Club down at the Flamingo at the time, and he put a picture of him working from his laptop, and his laptop was this Heap Mac. I mean, it was the old Power. I think it was the one that was right after the PowerBook. That was his Mac. It was like the first MacBook but he was making money from that thing, and he was setting up campaigns and all this stuff and making some money online. And I was like, well, shit. What the hell is this guy doing where he's got his feet up, relaxing, making money at 12:30 at night? And granted, he was choosing when he wanted to work. He could have made the money any time during the day. But that really piqued my interest, and I said, well, crap, I'm still working, another job to support me trying to build my career in real estate because it's still taking off. Because you still have to have money to put into your advertising and farming out your own target market area as a real estate agent. So 80% of those people that are real estate agents go out and get a second job to support them trying to do real estate, which is kind of hysterical. Well, so that whole course of that with real estate, that was 5 years of actually starting to do that. That was 5 years because I had raced motorcycles growing up as a kid. I had actually, always been on dirt bikes and messing around with stuff. So when I moved to Las Vegas, I had gotten a job working in the retail motorcycle industry. So I was selling all the parts and accessories for everything. Well, I was actually really good at doing sales in the retail environment, and I had to make the transition to say, well, shit, there's this guy over here making this money online, and then finally I saw some video of this guy running through the beaches, this long-haired hippie-looking guy that and I see this guy and I was like, you got to be shitting me. This guy over here is making this guy can do this, and then I'm getting angry and frustrated with myself at the time because I'm working 60 to make the money I wanted. I had to exchange time for money, so I'm exchanging 60 hours a week whenever I can. I was like, oh hell, I'll work as many hours as you want. You fired 3 people on the team today? Sure, I'm your man. I'll come work. Hell yeah. I'll get all this overtime. I don't care. Well, that burnt me out really fast. And I would come home and I was like, well, I don't have a life. I don't have anything. I'm not seeing my family. I'm not seeing my friends. I'm not seeing anybody grow up around me. I'm not spending time with, my girlfriend the way that I want to. And I'm still not, where I want to be at in life, and I don't have a plan that's actually actionable to get me there. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm in. And I pulled out my, I got a bug flying in front of me. I pulled out my credit card and I just popped it right in. And I was like, you know what, I don't care. I remember being there just entering the numbers in, and the feeling once I bought was, a lot of people will turn around and they'll buy something online and they'll make a decision to take out the credit card and they'll put their information in, they'll buy it. And they feel like they've accomplished something at that moment, and it's a surreal feeling. They think, I'm on my way. Well, that lasts for all of about 3 days, and then you're like, well, shit, now I got to do some work. Well, this is where it separates the 90% of the people that will get online, buy stuff, and they won't do anything with it. And so, Alesha I had told Alesha, she had come home one day, and I had told her that I wanted to do this thing. And she's like, she supported it. She knew that whatever decision I wanted to make she trusted my instinct and also my intellect as well. She knew that we're cohesive. I trust whatever decision she wants to make. If whatever decision she makes, I support it. That's her decision. She's going to still have to learn from any experience that she has, but I'm never going to interfere with it. But so she supported what I was doing, and she didn't really understand it at first. But I remember I had put up some Craigslist ads, and I said, okay, well, let's see how far I can take this. So I was just kind of mucking around, and it was about 12:45 at night, and I'm laying out in my condo in Las Vegas. I'm laying on the carpet because I had just been all tight, like my back and stuff was bugging me on the couch. So I laid down on the floor, And all of a sudden, an email popped up, and it said, "Congratulations, you just made a $25 commission." And I was like, "Wait, hold on a minute." And then I got another one a few minutes later. It says, "Congratulations, you've just made a $100 commission." And there was two of them back to back. And that's when the light bulb really went off. And I had like the Grinch from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I had a smile that was like ear to ear. Like that thing was ripping from ear. I got big ears, so it was like a cheese and smile, So, and I'll never forget it because I was almost like I was pretty tired that night when it happened. I mean, it's 12:45 at night, and I'd been working all day, and I was just stretching out, just logging in to see how some of these ads were doing. And then that's when I said, well, crap, this is it. And I realized like how much actual work I had just actually put into creating this campaign for this ad. It was all of maybe 5 minutes to set up my Craigslist account at first, if I actually read everything. About another 3 minutes of actually posting the link up in making my quick little ad copy that I had, and that was it. That was all as far as the amount of work that I actually did. That was it. And granted, it was a Craigslist ad, and the person that person that actually joined that day, it was funny because I could never contact them. I had their phone number and everything, but they never responded back. So I had my first customer that I couldn't do anything with. I couldn't contact them, and the funniest part about all of this too was that customer had ended up quitting and joining up 2 more times later on. She actually joined later on 2 more times because she had just kind of fallen the wayside and doing her thing. And I still loved it no matter what. I mean, I still supported whatever it was that she was doing. And what I learned was my message had to be consistent throughout the whole time. But that first feeling of when I had that first sale online it's something that, we've gone on to make, we've had over $1,600 days as well. And that's still, those days that we've had those bigger numbers, they don't compare to that first sale that I ever had online, because I stood up and I remember just grabbing Alesha, and she knew that I was onto something, and she knew that, like, she saw in my eyes that commitment that I just had to it. And you kind of going caveman, you stand up and you're putting your chest out, you're kind of just feeling it, like, yeah, I just this is it. But that same feeling that I had is the reason why this whole top producer formula that's come out, 2 years later from the time when I had that first sale. It's almost 2 years later now that it's coming out, where it can fast track the amount of time that I took to get there. It can fast track to where everybody now can have that same feeling of making that first sale online. Or even if you have sold stuff before online, or you have a current team, this is something that can still benefit you in tremendous ways. A lot of people don't know what their actual vision for the future is. They don't know really specifically where they're going. And that clarity that they need, they don't really have it. So that's a lot of what this will help you do is really narrow it down. I think Homer had talked earlier, like we were talking before our hangout here, we were kind of talking a little bit privately as well, and we were talking about how we were using some meetup groups and some different techniques, and we were actually going local within our community to actually, I like it because it's it's Sunday breakfast for us, and I get to meet cool people and talk about business stuff. I'm all down. I get to get eggs and bacon, and actually I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat bacon, but I get to have a good breakfast in the morning, get like free coffee all morning long. I'm there. Sign me up. So we've been doing these local meetups where we don't really even pitch our business. We're actually meeting people and we're building relationships, and that's what I'm getting a lot out of this as well too. Is actually I don't really want to use the word networking, in who use quotes anymore. These are out, right? We don't use those anymore. But we were really kind of networking in a way with people, but just building rapport with everybody. Well, what's in this product as well teaches you actually how to do that intentionally, though, in a way that's you can still turn around and bridge it back into your current business, your current marketing, or anything that you have going on. It teaches you that as well. Or let's say you ever want to put on your own live events. there's that in here as well too. It's got all the live event strategies as well. I know that Alesha and I, we're kind of blown away with it. We're pumped up because what was taught inside there is we know that it's going to already take our business with some of the ideas that were shared with us. It's going to take our business to a level that we knew that we were headed towards, but it's going to basically just be the rocket ship that's going to get us there now. Some people like to do presentations as well. This has got I know inside the top producer formula, it has actually how to do the presentations the right way. Between how to actually really get their attention and hold it, how to convey through the actual story that you're telling, defining problems, setting the expectations even for your customers before they even buy something from you. How many times have you had somebody buy something from you and then they buy something from you but then they are just assholes, and I don't want to they're just jerks the whole way through it. And it's actually teaching you actually how to structure your business in a way where you're doing business with people that only you really want to do business with. So it's not really like you ever have to have that bad customer experience ever again, because you can attract the people that you want to you, and you're not fishing for people anymore. They're hunting you down. And that, if there was any one trick or secret, I would say that that's the biggest secret that a lot of the top producers have, is they know who their target market is. They know who the people are that are actually hunting them down, but they're not the ones hunting other people down. They're actually just recruiting more people into their business or organization or customers, sales, whatever it is. But they're taking all the bad stuff away with it. They don't have to dread waking up in the morning, putting water on their face, looking themselves in the mirror going, oh shit, I got to go to work and I got to go do this again. And I got to go deal with these people again. I love people, and I've been working in retail sales for almost 5 years now. And I love people, but there's some days where you'll have people that just, whew, man, you look at people some days and you go, oh man, I'm really glad I'm not that person, because there's only truly about 10 angry people in the world. They just move around a lot. So, it seems like I get a couple of them that come in every now and again. I don't know where these people are moving from, but they're moving around a lot. Well, if I could turn around and for the last 5 years of my life, I've not had to go through that and actually only had the good customer experiences, count me in. That's what this is going to do for our business, is that I'm pumped about, as well as we get to have our actual business is structured in a way where we work with people that are happy, that actually want the services that we're offering, want to better their lives, want to take their business to another level. That's pretty much why I'm excited about it, and why there's a link on our page as well too about signing up for the Top Producer Formula webinar that's coming up. Click on that link. And if you're not a member as well too, there's also another join button on that page too. You can go ahead and click on join. You can go ahead and get started today. And a lot of it too is, I tell everybody, you got to realize that there is no easy button in life. There really isn't. But there are some ways that you can make your life a lot easier. It's not without work, and it's not without putting a focused effort into something. And some people that and this is kind of like our fault as well too, for how sometimes we present a lot of this as well, is we'll go online and we'll present things in a way that says it's so easy, a monkey could do it if they could actually type on the keyboard. Well, that's not necessarily the case, and I know Homer, you can kind of vouch for this as well too. I know Alesha, you can as well too. Is it's been a journey to get all the education information that we have gotten as well, and we've been pretty stubborn, and we've stuck with everything, and we know that what's on the other side of everything is so much better, for our future. And when we talk about fears in life and what makes people really tick, one of my biggest things is I'm afraid of being 70 years old, waking up one day, looking around me and going, what do I have to show for myself? What am I leaving my family members? What do I actually have? do I have to actually go get another job at McDonald's to support retirement so that, I can't rely on Social Security. I can't rely on anything like that, because I don't have a good faith any day whenever I pick up a paycheck and go, yep, okay, I've put in, $200, $300 into Social Security this check. What do I have? What am I ever going to have to show for it? Nothing. But, you can tell me, when we look at our country, at least in America, and what's going on with everything, we don't trust that that's going to be there in a few years. We could care less in a way, just do away with it right now. Let us just build our own economy, not rely on those things. I've seen people that have retired on buses, and they've taken like the little bus trips, and then they go to they come. We saw it in Las Vegas a lot, huh, Alesha? Oh, she's muted out.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did actually, definitely.
We would see people come in on these tour buses. So these people would come in on these buses, and they'd be all lined up from other countries. They'd come in, and they would get out of these buses, and I think I told Jason this too when we had our meetup the other day in person. These people would come out of these tour buses, and they would just come off the bus, and they'd take a few steps down, and they'd take one picture of a palm tree or a picture of the casino. They'd turn around and walk right back up onto the bus. Doors would close. That way they go. That was it. That was what their retirement was. And I looked around and I said, holy crap, I do not want that. That is the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. That terrified me. I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is like, what kind of thinking was that? I mean, you had to be locked in a cave for your whole life for that to be exciting for you. And I thought, my goodness, you're going to post that up at your wall at home? Yep, there was that palm tree. Like, what's the point of that? So, and that's what scared me. That kind of stuff is what scares the living crap out of me. I'm going, oh, that's just horrid. I don't want nothing to do with that. So, and that's why, I invite everybody to click on any of the buttons down here, What's presented in the top producer formula as well is, I don't want to sit here and just tout that this is going to be the greatest thing ever, since cavemen started making fire. It's going to be for a lot of people that are out there. Is it going to be for everybody? No. But is it going to be for serious people? Heck yeah, it is, because those are the people that understand and value what they're going to get. Those are the people that are going to make a commitment to themselves, make a commitment to their families and the people that they love. And they realize that it's their duty, their right, and their obligation to provide for those people by doing these things and to network with like-minded people as well. This is what's going to get you ahead. These are learning these tools and techniques is what's going to carry you to the next level. So I challenge everybody that's on the Hangout today. Click the button, join. Join us next Saturday. At least what's going to be shared on just that webinar alone. Hell, Alesha and I think we've paid thousands of dollars in other areas before for stuff that nowhere near the amount of content that you get. I've went to real estate seminars that I've just walked away going, I just got bamboozled and swindled, and and for way more money that actually I can't turn around and implement in my business or my life right now. But I know that what you get now, or at least coming up next Saturday, at least what you're going to get from that, $7. It's $7, and honestly, that $7, if you don't have $7 to at least invest towards some information that you can benefit and apply to your life today, you don't need to actually be on this page. You actually should just be clicking away, turning this off right now, because this clearly is not for you. It isn't. But for those other people that are actually still here, those are the people that if you haven't clicked the button, you need to click it. You need to get on. You need to join us next Saturday. You need to clear your schedule. You don't need to be taking the whole family out to dinner that day. Send them off on their own. Isolate yourself. Do what you got to do, but clear your schedule for this, because it could be the information that could turn around and be the first step towards you changing your business that's either stagnated or the business that you're going to be building. So that's what I got, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's awesome stuff. All right. So with that being
that's
said,
a monster bottle of water right there. Check that thing out.
Yeah, it looks gigantic actually on the screen.
I know, it looks massive. I was like, wow, that thing was huge.
Yeah, so just reiterating what John Paul just mentioned, you know, there's one power. I actually learned this from the great Tony Robbins, and if you don't know who Tony Robbins is, you need to know who Tony Robbins is. Um, as human beings, we all have one single power, no matter what our situation is, no matter what we're going through in our lives. There's always one power that we have, and that power is choice. We all have the power of choice. We all have the power to make a decision. And we have three things that we can actually do when we choose. We can choose what to focus on and what something actually means and what we're going to do next. That's basically it. So all of you out there that are watching this right now, you need to understand that you have the power to make a decision. You can choose what you're going to focus on and what things are actually going to mean when they happen and what you're going to do next, like what action you're going to take. You always have that power. It's always up to you and you alone. So I just want you to really think about that, because when I got that, that was a massive breakthrough for me. I was like, wow, that is some real serious, powerful stuff, and, if you are someone out there that has the strength and has the guts to make a decision, you need to click on the button below and get started and join our community. And if you've already got a business out there and you want to take it to the next level, you need to be there with us on Saturday. So that being said, I'm going to bring out our special guest today. He actually just joined our community like a week or two ago, and funny story, John Paul and I, we have a weekly meetup in our area that he just mentioned before, so we can network with like-minded entrepreneurs. And we actually met Jason yesterday. He came to our local meetup. He lives in the area. And after the meetup, actually, we were chatting, and I mentioned our community and Power Network, and he had a bit of a smile on his face, and I said, oh, what have you heard? Like, have you heard of Empower before? And he said, oh, I actually just got in. I was like, oh, that's really awesome. So we didn't actually discover that till after the meeting, because Jason actually does a few other things as well. And, that's why he's here today. If John Paul and I hadn't taken the action and made a decision to start our own meetups in the area and actually get to know other like-minded people, Jason probably wouldn't be on this call today because we wouldn't have met him. So it's funny how the decisions we make can actually lead to opportunities and give other people opportunities and help others succeed. So, yeah, with that being said, I want to bring you out, Jason, and you can tell a little bit about your story and why you joined our community.
Well, hey everybody, my name is Jason, and yeah, I actually got to meet Alesha and John Paul yesterday at a meetup in Fairfield. But I think it goes back to the law of attraction. Whatever you focus on, you get, and it's how I got to meet Alesha and John Paul. But my story basically, I've been before. I'm self-employed now, but before I was self-employed, I was working at Jiffy Lube, and I was working there about 5 years. And it was actually my first job that I stayed at because I didn't like working for somebody. And my family, they're actually from the Philippines, and I was born here. And the reason why they came here was for opportunity, right? So when I was growing up, I didn't really have any big goals or dreams. I just going through school, and I really didn't like school. I mean, I did really well in school, but I just didn't like attending because I don't know, it wasn't for me. But I never really had a big goal, like I want to be a doctor or engineer. So basically, after I graduated, I was attending a junior college, and I dropped out about 3 times, and so I decided it was for me. So I decided to get a job, and that's when I started working for Jiffy Lube, and it was a great job. I was working there for 5 years, and punching the clock, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, working harder than the manager, and um, it really dawned on me like this can't be it. This can't be life. I really had a desire to help my family because they were struggling, and I said if something's gonna change, it has to be something drastic. It's got to be something better out there. So I started searching online, and I actually before Empower Network, I actually gotten introduced to another MLM company. I'm not going to mention its name, but I got involved in that, and it was back in 2008. I started doing that for 3 years, and actually I learned a lot, but I struggled a whole lot as well. Um, I really didn't make more than $1,000 in that company, but I love the model. I love that you could work for yourself, and plus you could earn residual income. And long story short, my upline got terminated for some odd reason. So I started doing other things, insurance and stuff like that. And just recently, I was online and I got an email from a guy named Michelangelo, and I was like, I clicked it, and it led to Empower Network. What is this? Opt-in page. And so I put my email in there and I checked it out, and it just made so much sense because I already knew how the industry worked and the comp plan, but this was like way better because the way I was building my old MLM was strictly offline. And as you may know, there's about a billion people online. So the way it's structured, um, it's you don't have to really go out there and meet people outside. You could actually get leads online and build a real business. And not only that, but you get 100% commissions, and which is awesome because that could really build up your residual income fast and help you, with your dreams. So with Empower Network, my goal is to help my family out even more and possibly help them retire. And which is why I got started in Empower Network.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, Jason, you said your family's back in the Philippines. Were they affected from the hurricane and everything that tore through there recently?
No, actually, no. My family came down to America back in.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they're over here still.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Good. Now, did you set out to actually have like any set income goal or anything within a certain period of time or anything like that? Like how much money would it take to retire your family? Do you know? Like
I'd say about 3,000.
Like 3,000 per month?
Yeah.
Okay, so just like $3,000 per month, or let's see here, just about 3,000 per month to get them to retire. So, I mean, so in the grand scheme of things, that's about there's a couple ways you could look at that. That's actually not that far. That's easily within 30 days reach, and for you. And I believe that. I believe that you can easily hit that within, I would say within 30 days. You could actually be able to build that up, and a lot of that too is from what you actually can learn within this as well.
Right.
There's one thing that I will recommend to you to do is there's the first 2 modules within the 15K formula. I would really recommend going through and doing that one. because that's really getting clear on your intentions as far as why you're doing what you're doing, and it's digging down in there deep. And I know that I go through and we do it. I know Alesha and I will go back and do that about every 3 months. And the reason why is because your focus can kind of change sometimes as you're going along. You'll have your ebbs and your flows. You'll go up and you're down. You'll have your ups and your downs. You know, we're human beings. You know, we're still going to do that. But we'll go through it about every 3 months, and it really centers us and focuses and makes us realize our reasons why. I know that I don't watch a lot of news at all, and as far as home, I don't watch any news. As far as on the television, I hardly even watch a lot of television. But Alesha's like my news. She's my news anchor. She's the one that'll find out the current events and stuff. So she's the one that'll go ahead and check everything out for me.
Oh, there you are. We just lost you for a second.
Oh, is it better?
Yeah, I think. Sorry, Homer's just made me aware that this whole time he's been the person that's actually been on the main screen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm not actually sure how to change that. Usually, automatically, the person who's speaking is brought up as the main window. But for some reason, it stayed on Homer the entire time. I think. I don't know at the beginning whether it was on me or not.
Yeah, well, he is a handsome guy, so at least we have that.
Yeah, it was on me at the beginning and then on Homer because he was next, but for some reason it stayed on Homer. You know, that's okay, but just to let you all know, everybody out there, not too sure why that's going on, but, you know, that's okay.
Well, I guess
anyway,
has it switched back?
No, it's still the same. I'm not sure how.
Homer's still the main dude?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Homer's the main man today.
You know what? What you might want to do is actually just have Homer pop off the Hangout and then pop back on.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes that'll actually reset some of the things. So you could always try that, and if you want to, you could probably try doing that, Homer.
Yes, it's all about testing and tweaking and seeing what works in this industry, even with Google Hangouts.
Yep.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, John Paul, it kind of cut out a little bit. You froze, so not sure where you were at.
No, let's see here. I get so sidetracked with once my focus is on something else, and that's why I was talking about every 90 days, Alesha and I will pretty much go through the one of the first modules within one of the other products, and we'll do that so that we get refocused on we'll just get recentered, brought back together. We'll be able to do some strategizing for our business. We'll actually do it. We'll do that in depth every 90 days, and it's still. I was going to say part of the reason why is it makes me more appreciative of really what we have, at least in America. You know, a lot of I do believe that this is one of the greatest countries in the world for opportunity, and it really is. I don't want to say that there's a certain country that's better than one or the other. But it can really help you out as far as that module can really help you. Just go through that first module, the 15K formula. That'll get you centered up again and reset. Now, I mean, I was really going to go on another. I was going to backtrack a little bit. You know, Alesha had said that Jason, you said that we just met you yesterday. And it was because of the, kind of like he said, possibly the law of attraction, and what you focus on is what the universe will really pretty much conspire to bring into your life. And it's not really what you focus on, it's what you focus on and take action on at the same time. And that repetition as well. And, a quick little tidbit here was that I almost actually, yesterday morning, I did not want to get up out of the bed, and I did not want to actually go in to do that meetup. I was so tired from the night before, and in like the couple days leading up before that, I'd pretty much been running myself into the ground for the last couple of days, and I was really, going, well, when's our meetup really going to take off? When are we going to have really a lot more people there? Because for the last couple of weeks, it was honestly just a few people there, just myself, Alesha, and one other member that was showing up. But we got a lot out of it. The stuff that we had discussed and talked about, we actually, one of the gentlemen that was with us, James, we actually developed what could possibly be a $1 million plan for him, multi-million-dollar plan for him for his business, and it's something that he's going to continue to strategize on. But if it wasn't for those continued meetups when things were not as big as we thought they wanted to be, or we still had to stick with it. And yesterday was one of our biggest turnouts yet. We had 4 other people come. Well, those 4 other people show up to a local meetup. We could have made an event where we were going to actually present our business. And if that was the case, we would have taken it in a different direction and actually got a lot more people into a room. But we actually wanted to focus on those relationships. But I almost didn't go. And I almost said, you know what, maybe this just isn't working out the way. And I almost defeated myself. But if we wouldn't have gone to that meeting and we wouldn't have just stuck with it, we would have never met Jason. We would never even, a lot of these things would just never have occurred. And now boom, today he's popping on here, and this is the first of many things that I'm assuming that I'm certain he's gonna go out there into the world and do. It's gonna continue to build his business, and that's the same thing with your other stuff in life. Just whenever you think that things just aren't perfect the way that you want them, you're not seeing the results as fast as you want. Well, it can get really frustrating, and you can have that secondary emotion of anger coming out. And I'm one of the first people that turn around to tell you that I will let that get the best of me sometimes. And learning how to, raise your own red flag and realize, what's happening when you're in that moment. Those are those things that you need to realize where you're at and what phase of your business. Whether you're going through a grinding phase, whether you're going through a phase where you can actually ramp it up a little bit now, or whether you're going through your mastery phase later on, that first grind phase you're going through, when you're having those self-doubts and those limiting beliefs and everything, learning how to raise your own personal red flag and say, you know what, no, this is mentally I'm beating myself up for this, and I don't really need to be doing that. What's actually the focus that I need to be focusing on? That's those other products that can help you do that. I don't want to be the guy that sits here and pitches other products with anything at all, but everything is actually in there that you need. And Jason, I challenge you to go through there. Get one of those products as far as the 15K formula. Get that product, go through it, and really get clear on it, because I can tell you that if you're not crying by the time you're done with that, like when you actually go through it and you strategize everything and you get clear on your why, if you're not like a blubbering mess, you're not clear enough. You actually are not clear enough, because when it happens, you'll know that it happened. You'll know that you're on the right path. And that's when all those other aha moments come out. All those other things really come full circle. So, I hope that you go through everything like that, and I wish you the best of, not really the best of luck, but the best of finding your inner you to come out into this market space. And I look forward to seeing you thrive within this arena now. So. But I know, guys, too, that I know that Alesha, I think I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let you kind of wrap this up a little bit as well. I know we've been on for a little bit over an hour now. I know that we did say that it was only going to be an hour, so I like to keep my time obligations the way for everybody's time here as well, too. So, Alesha, it's back over to you.
Yeah.
I feel like a newscaster sometimes. Right. Back to you.
I know, huh? We need to think of a nice creative way to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. See, we learn, teach, and do, and this is a prime example of that. I'm learning, and we're teaching each other, and we're doing within this Google Hangout, because I finally worked out how to switch the the people at the top here. Yeah, wow, guys. This has been pretty awesome. For those of you out there that are watching, you might be watching live, or you may be watching the replay. This is something that we're going to be doing on a weekly basis. We'll be on every single week, and you might see a little bit of a change up in the panel. We'll be bringing some people on some new team members and you know, some other leaders in the industry, and each week we'll be diving into a different topic. So I encourage you to join us each week. You know, and if you do have any questions or comments, you'll see on the page that you can actually leave them underneath. There's a section for Facebook comments and questions, and we will respond to those. If you, you know, let us know what you think of the Hangout, and we'd love to hear your feedback. And if you have any questions about our community or what's coming up with the webinar, feel free to, you know, jot them in below this video. So yeah, with that being said, I want to wrap it up. You know, the bottom line is, you know, if you're watching this Hangout and you're still on this Hangout right now, there's a reason for that. And we want you to know that your dream actually matters. Everybody has a dream, but majority of people don't believe they can actually achieve it. And we're here to tell you that you can. But it's the belief behind it that's going to get you there. And that's what you're going to discover within our products. So right now, you need to click on the link and actually get started in our community and reserve your spot for our webinar, because I know that there's thousands of people joining as we speak to jump on that webinar. We don't want you to miss out. We do not want you to miss out. What you're going to learn in there, as we've already mentioned, is going to skyrocket your business if you already have one. And if you're just starting out, it's going to be the best way for you to get started. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming out, everybody on the panel today. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. All right, I'm out.